another interesting tutorial here on this channel. So today's tutorial will be making a built-up neckline. Okay, as you can see right there on the screen, we have a built-up neckline which we want to start off the tutorial right now. So for this built-up neckline, what you need is your shoulder line, you need your chest line, you need your bust point, you need your waistline. There's no under bust unless you want to create a bust here for it. Then you need your upper waistline, okay, upper hip line, sorry. So this is my center front, and my center front is on fold. So we want to start up our drafting. So what I have here is the basic bodice pattern with my bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line, my bust circumference divided by 4. Here I have 10, and on the waistline I have my bust circumference divided by 4. I have 9, and I added 1.5 inch of my waist dart. So I want to create my waist dart right now. So from here I have 3.5, and from here another 3.5. That is my bust span. So I'll come down by 1 inch because I want to create my waist dart, and I'm going to draft my dart leg. So from my upper hip, the upper hip here, I'm using 23 inches for my upper hip. Okay, so it falls between 23 and 24 for the upper hip. That is for a normal size. So here I'll mark my circumference, and that is my bust span. And there on the waist, I'm going to impute 1.5, which is 0.75 here, 0.75. And once that is done, I'll go this way and create my waist dart. So I'll be holding this waist dart for this particular dress. Then if you also need a bust dart for it, it's still okay. All you need to do is to mark out your difference in bust dart. Mine is 2 inches, and from here I'll come out by 1 inch. Okay, then connect my bust dart. This bust dart, I'm going to hold it. Okay, I'm going to sew on top of my dress to hold on the bust dart. That is if you need this darts, okay, or any other dart of your choice. But the most important thing for this tutorial is the collar neckline and what we have on the hemline. So I would want to finish up what I have on the hem, so by the time we go to the collar, we know we are done with this dress. So from the 23 inches, I'm going to measure 7 inches, okay, or you can do 6 inches, but for this tutorial I want to do 7 inches, okay, because it's a little above the hip line. So you will look at your hip line, and you can come down by 3 inches from your hip line. So from that 7 inches I just marked out, I'm going to place my pattern ruler this way and connect it to the tip of my 7 inches. So to have that shape. And again, from the waistline, if you notice there's an opening, so that opening I'll mark 2.5 from the waistline, and on the hem I'm going to mark out 1.5, and I'll connect the V-shape connection. Okay, so that V-shape connection, I take away what I have right here. So it depends on what you want to shape at that point. Some people might also want to make something like this, like a U, okay, on this point. So you just choose what is good for you. So I just do like a U. That is, if you want it like a U, then you can now go ahead and connect. Okay, but I think what we have here is okay, unless you want to blend so it's not sharp. All right, so we are done with what we have on the lower piece, and we want to go back to the neckline, which is the main purpose of this tutorial. So this is my natural neckline, and from that point I'll just come out by 1 inch, And at that point, I'm going to extend my neckline by another 1 inch. So I have 1 inch here, I have another 1 inch here. So I'll just come with my pattern ruler now, and I will be connecting this way. Remember, I have 1 inch here. I'm just going to connect it to the 1 inch I have here for my neckline. So the depth of my neckline from my natural neckline is by choice. If you don't want it to choke so much, you can do 1.5 from the natural neckline. So from that 1.5, I'll place my pattern ruler this way, as you can see. So it's as easy as this. I'll just go from here like this. Can you see? So you have your collar neckline. So another thing I want to talk about on this dress is the ease added to this block. Like I said, it depends on fabric you are going to use. In the last tutorial we had on a plus size, if you are making use of, because the fabric we have here on the thumbnail is Mikado silk, and Mikado silk is one of those hard fabrics. You need ease to the block so it's not tight at the end of the day. So for this particular dress, I'll be adding 0.75 ease to my block on the bust line, 0.75. So at the end of the day, I have 3 inches all over. And on the waistline, I'm adding 0.75 ease to my block. So you can go back to the video on plus size to understand what we are doing here. So you can see I've just added my ease to my block. So this is my ease to my block. So the fabric I'm working with is not too tight. So I'll come back and connect this to this, because that is exactly what we are working with right now. So I believe this class is well understood. So we have our neckline, as you can see. So I want to show you how to go about the back neckline, only the back neckline. So for the back neckline, you are free to make your dart of your choice for the back as well. I can use a waist dart like I used here for the back. So I'll just come over to the neckline here. My natural neckline is 3.25 by 1 inch. That is my bust divide by 12. That is the result of what I have. So here I'm connecting this way, and here I'll place my shoulder divide by 2, and I'll come down here by 1 inch. I will connect. Okay, so just to show you what you do on the neckline, I'm not going any further. So here on my neckline for the back, I'll still extend by 1 inch, and I'm going to also make my extension from here by 1 inch. So the same thing I did here, that's what I'm going to do here too. So you can see what I have here. I'll connect just the same connection. So make sure you sit your ruler the way you sat it on the other part, so you have same curve coming down this way. So here I'm going to have my zipper allowance. This is my center front. So by the time you contour your back, you know how we do the back contour. I will just pretend this is my back contour. So if I do that, my zipper allowance is at 1 inch. So up to this point, I'm going to connect it to this point. That will be the back, and the zipper will be in between. So people, we are done with this dress right away. I'm going to cut now to show you how it fits. So from here, I'll just cut out the shape of what we need. So this is what you are placing on your fabric, as you can see. So remember, there's an extension of your bust dart. So that bust dart extension, that is what I have here, which I'll take here. Sorry, I'll go this way and connect back. Okay, so that is what I'm going to cut now. So I'm cutting from here to here. I'll go this way. I'll go into my armhole, which I extended right now. I'll come here and I'm going to cut this way. I'll come this way into the neckline. So this part is on fold. Take note. This is going to be placed on fold. So from here, I'll go in here. Okay, so if I don't want it that sharp, I'll follow this line, which is the okay, I made a little, just a little curve right there. So you can just make a little curve into that point, so it's not that sharp. So this is how your dress is going to be cut. So when you are cutting, you simply place it on fold and add your necessary seam allowance. So there's going to be a facing also. You will be having a facing for this particular dress. So for that facing, I want to show you how to go about the facing you'll be using here. So you just go in this way. Depends on how many inches facing you want to. So from this point, I would want to make 2 inches. I love to go with 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. Okay, so from this point 2 inches, and that 2 inches will be measured this way. You can see how I placed my pattern ruler. So my marker, so I'll just go in this way for the facing. So this facing, you are going to trace it out. So I will come from here once again and I'll measure 2 inches again, 2 inches. So what I'm trying to do is to ensure I blend this. That is how the facing is going to be. So this is my facing. Okay, you are going to trace it out. Once you trace this part out from here to here, everything on it, that's what you use to sew and turn. And you come with the back. So this is what we have on the back dress. So on the back dress now, I'll just cut here and cut here. Okay, so like I said, I just use a half part of this bodice to show you, to demonstrate to you. So this is our zipper for the back. Okay, so if you also need a facing, you can also go ahead and create your facing. So the facing for the back will go this way at 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. You'll be able to create your facing. Okay, so that is how it's going to be. So at the end of the day, if you know how to sew your facing, you will sew your facing and use it to turn your necklines accordingly. So when creating this facing, please open up the zipper allowance. The facing will get to the zipper too. Okay, so this is it. So by the time you sew, this is what you are going to sew. You sew it this way. Okay, so this is going to be sewn from here to here. Remember, we didn't actually draft this part. So this is it, and this will be the back. Okay, and this will be the center front neckline, and you have your zipper at the back this way. So that is how to go about this neckline. So you can come down by, we came down by 2 inches. You can even come back down by 3 inches. I would even prefer to come down a little more, so this neckline is not high and choking. Okay, all right people, so that's how to go about this particular dress, and I believe you learned a lot from this class. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends. Drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming. See you in the next class. Bye.